What's up everyone, and welcome back to a new Sorare video. We're going to do something a bit different today. We've been doing a lot of videos on which team is the most profitable from the Premier League series. That is still going to be going on, but I'm going to be doing some more videos next week for the upcoming teams. With the European season coming up, I thought what I would do is go through the European leagues and give you some cheap beasts that are under £10 at the moment that you can look to fill your gallery with to help you compete in either some of the cap competitions or potentially some of the even more competitive competitions next season. As always, if you want to sign up to Sorare, make sure you do so using the link in the description. It really helps me out a lot, and you'll get a free limited card upon buying 5 on the auction house. To really get you a step ahead when you're starting out, you'll get that free limited card to help you compete in competitions and win some more rewards. Also, I do have a Twitter giveaway going on at the moment, so make sure you go over to my Twitter. It's for any YouTube subscribers, and you could be in with a chance of winning a rare MLS card. I'll be giving that away upon hitting 500 subscribers on that channel, so make sure you do like and subscribe, and you'll be in the chance of winning that card. You have to excuse me as well, I might be sweating, but it's totally fucking roasting in my room, so bear with me. Move on to the first player in Joachim Andersen, and Andersen's a really solid player, one of my favourite Crystal Palace players at the moment. He's got a really good range of passing. If you've ever seen him play, his long balls are perfection. You can see here he's gained a bit of traction over the last sort of couple of weeks / days with some of the performances he put in for Denmark. So you can see here some good scores to under the back end of the season, and he does have some good scores in him. The reason I'm putting him forward as a cheap beast under a tenner, he's actually only about £4 at the moment, is because I think Crystal Palace are going to push on next year with some of the young talent they've got coming through. Elise, Eze, Andersen, I think they're all going to have breakout seasons next year, and I think Andersen's going to be the one leading the back line for them, and hopefully he can push these scores a little bit higher than what they are currently. Moving on, we've got Enes Unal, and you can see he's currently injured until January, and this is the only reason he's so cheap. He's currently trading at around £6, but he's one of the most prolific goal scorers in the La Liga. You can see here when he's playing, he does consistently score 70s to 80s and gets those decisives when you need them. Not really an AA player, but I mean, in the last year, he's got 14 goals, 4 assists, which is not bad for a player that is playing in a lower down team. So if you're happy to be patient and wait on a player, then he's definitely one that I'd look at picking up. Third player we've got is Maximilian Arnold, and I believe he's the Wolfsburg captain. And this player is such an underrated sort of cap player because he's got a pretty low cap at 52, but he can definitely score those sort of high hundreds. He can score 100 points, he can score high 80s, high 90s, and he's only £8.75 at the moment. So I think he's a really good option, and Wolfsburg, I think, are going to do all right next year, so definitely one to look at picking up. Next, we've got Arno Verschuren, and this player I watched play live back in a few weeks ago. He was playing in the playoff final for the Europa Conference League with FC20, and he was really unlucky not to score a goal. He hit the bar. It was a really unlucky shot, but he's a really good all-around player, and as you can see, what you want from these sort of players is the ability to get these sort of high 80 and 90 scores. He's currently only around £4.50 for a limited card, which is really good for someone that can hit you that 80-90 score, so definitely have a look out for him. I think Sparta Rotterdam are going to do all right next year as well. So next up, we've got Mele Meulenstein. I think that's his name. I think that's how I'm saying it. But as you can see here, he's currently around the tenner, but this last sort of 5 to 6 games, 286, a 78 and a 72. That is some unbelievable scoring for a player that's only a tenner. Vitesse are not an awful side as well, so I could quite easily see them having a good season next year. So I think he's definitely one to pick up and look out for. We've got Dejan Lovren, and Saints fans, look away. But Dejan Lovren, he's currently out injured at the moment, but when he plays consistently, these are some of the best scores for a centre-back. He's really good and really consistent over in Ligue 1. So as long as he can come in after injury and retain his starting spot at the centre-back position, I think he's a really good option. He'll obviously have a low cap as well with 32 last 5. 51 last 15. So definitely take a look into him. He's got some of those sort of big scores coming off recently, so his cap's going to be lower going into the new year. So definitely take a look at him. Next up, we've got Valentin Eseric, or Eseric. I'm not sure how you say his name, but he's currently £2.41, and you're going to be shocked when you see his scores. Boom. These last 6 games, 64, 75, 58, 66, 72, 74, 77. That's only with 2 decisives as well. This guy has AA for days. 38, 41, 31, 28, 23. Such a consistent player over these last sort of 7 or 8 games. And I expect him to take this into next season as well. So I definitely think he's one player you should look at picking up. We've also got Anas Tahiri. So Tahiri is 28, plays for Heerenveen, and he's got some really, really good piece scores in him as well. Reminds me very similar of Vishurin sort of scores. So, and he's currently, £2.71. So a really, really good option for you to pick up. You've got Tobias Lauritsen, apologies. Currently around a tenner for a starting forward for Sparta. And again, you can see his scores are really consistent as well. I don't want to spend too much time on all these players because I don't know too much about all of these players, but they're just some options I was looking at when I was sort of scouting through on Sorare data yesterday. We've got Svenkums, and he's just signed a new 1-year deal. He did drop in price drastically over sort of the past month or so, but then he did pick back up when he signed this new contract, because these are his scores when he plays. Consistent high 80s and 70s, so definitely one to look out for. We've got Badaki, who plays for Galatasaray, currently only £8.60 and a last 5 of 72. So look at that. Some really, really consistent scores over the past 10 games or so. As long as he can keep his place in the Galatasaray side, I expect these to carry on. We've got Robin Proper, a player that is very near and dear to my heart. Robin Proper is a really, really consistent centre-back for SC20. He's a club captain. Now Brahma's retired. But yeah, he's really, really consistent. Consistently gets these 60, 70 scores, but does have the capability to get you 100 as well. And he's only about a tenner at the moment as well. So, Toby Alderweireld, again, a man that's near and dear to my heart. As a Spurs fan, he is a legend. And the one thing to note with Alderweireld, he is on penalties as a centre-back, which is ridiculous. And he scores really, really high AA scores as well. See here, he's got 100 with just 1 decisive, 41 AA, 2 goals in a game against Zulte. So again, Alderweireld, definitely a player you want to look at for next year, as long as he's going to retain his starting spot, which I can't see why he wouldn't. He's only 34, so as long as he stays, I think he's definitely got a good shout. Final player, we've got Danielo Duecki. I'm probably butchering all of these pronunciations as well, so bear with me. But we've got Duecki, Union Berlin, obviously just got into the Champions League, has some European utility, and again, a player that will consistently score you those sort of upper 60s, 70s, but does have the capability to get a high 90 score as well. As you can see, a 99 and a 98 in the past year. So these are just some options I put forward for you for some cheap beasts for next season that can really bulk up your gallery. All of these players are going to cost you under, if not around, a tenner. So you can pick up all of these players. It's going to cost you 120 quid, and that will give you some really, really good options. Once again, if you do want to sign up to Sorare, make sure you do so using the link in the description. You'll get a free limited card upon buying 5 on the auction house, and also make sure to get involved in the Twitter giveaway going on my Twitter currently, and you'll be in with the chance of winning a free rare MLS card. Do also leave a comment below. Let me know what kind of content you want to see on this channel going forwards. I'm really open to hearing your guys' suggestions, so I'll try and get around to it as quickly as I can. And I've got a really exciting video coming out on either Sunday or Monday with McBride on Twitter, or the Scottish Whale, as you may know him now. But we're going to be going through his ultimate Sorare 11. So that's going to be a really, really exciting video, which I'm really looking forward to. So make sure you leave a subscription on the channel so you can get involved and watch that video as well. Until then, have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the sun. Peace.